Welcome back to Wholeness. I'm Krista Shirley, and today we're going to continue our Asana series looking at Utthita Trikonasana and Parivrtta Trikonasana, or triangle posture and revolved triangle posture. In every type of yoga asana practice, every style of yoga, there is typically a version of triangle pose. But depending on the style of yoga that you practice, be it Hatha or Bikram or Iyengar, Kundalini, Ashtanga, it will determine how you move into, take, and exit the posture. So keep that in mind, because if you come from a different yoga tradition, you might have learned this differently. And that's okay. I'm just going to teach you the way we practice it here in Ashtanga Yoga. Remembering that our focus with Ashtanga is really connecting the breath with the movement, connecting the body and the mind, because that's where magic happens. So as we work through our sequence today, your number one focus is on engaging Mula Bandha with every single in-breath and feeling your navel press to your spine with every single out-breath. If you let that be the fulcrum point for your practice, it does become more of a mandala, a sea of beads, or a dance that you're putting together, you're stringing together one by one. And it feels amazing when you do it that way. So take some pressure off of trying to figure out where I got to put my hands and my feet and how I'm supposed to push and move my body. All of that comes with practice. The only thing that I ask of you is that you do this practice several times a week if you want to see change. That's all you need. You don't need to start flexible or strong or with balance or stamina or anything like that. You start where you are and the practice meets you where you are. And with that in mind, I hope that you've been working at home on your Surya Namaskara A and B and your first two standing postures, Padangusthasana and Padahastasana. So now let's begin our look at the triangle poses, or the Trikonasanas. We're about to begin the asana portion for you to practice on your own as I talk you through the sequence. We're always going to demonstrate and talk you through a modified version of the posture, as well as a full expression of that posture. So I wanted to give you a couple of tips on how to best utilize these videos that we're bringing to you. It doesn't matter whether you're starting or you've been practicing this specific style for a long time. It's highly encouraged that you use these videos specifically to break down these postures so you can take them back into your flowing movement with breath asana practice that makes up your primary series sequence or second series practice. And you can really go deeper in that fluidity in your daily practice. So these are more check-ins for you to really go deeper in or remember some of the fundamental tools as well as some really great tips for how to go deeper. So if you are an advanced practitioner, I do encourage you to practice both the modified version as well as the full expression. This is going to help always reiterate to you some of the foundational principles that we all can always be reminded of. And if you are new to the practice, I encourage you to first do the modified expression. And with that second time around, if you know that you still need to keep your knees bent, please don't go ahead and straighten your legs just because I'm talking someone through it. Go back and do that same modification the second time, but do it twice because it gives you twice as much practice. So really, really important little tips for you. And I hope that these videos are as beneficial to you as the information has been beneficial to me and all of the clients that I've worked with around the world through the years. So I hope you enjoy. You may see scars on my body. There's quite a few of them. And you'll also possibly see some slight dysfunction of my left scapula shoulder area or some atrophy. And if you're curious about what's going on there, there's a link in the description box below for both a story of what happened to me, as well as a link for a video about what I'm doing to get my function back despite some crazy experiences I've had. So please remember that you shouldn't really look like me on the left side per se. More want to look like what my shoulders look like on the right side. Focus on the function of the movement and listen to the words I say. And if you ever have questions, my email's in the description box below. Starting with Samastitihi, equal standing posture. You've just finished Padangusthasana and Padahastasana. Inhale, turn out to the right, extend your arms, turn your right foot to the right. Lengthen through your arms, reaching your fingers in opposite directions, and really feel your feet pressing in opposite directions as well. Your right foot is pushing down and out. Your left foot is pushing down and back. From this position, open your chest, lengthen your spine, and try to gently activate your back muscles. Squeeze your traps together. Now you're ready to take posture. So from here, you begin the exhale, maintaining that pressure from your feet, pushing down and out through your right foot, down and back through your left foot. And in a modified stance, you can take your right hand to your right shin and really reach your left arm towards the ceiling. From here, continue to traction your head towards the top of your right foot as you gently lift your chin towards your left hand and look up to your fingers. Look up and through them. Every breath you take, think of squeezing your pelvic floor and creating opposition of force through your body. Your feet pushing in opposite directions is one opposition. Gripping your hand to your shin and gently squeezing your lats while reaching your left arm up is yet another opposition. And still another, find your head, really pull or traction your head towards your right foot as you think of pushing your tailbone down. The end of your fifth breath, still pushing through your feet, opposition of force. Inhale, body rise. Extending those arms, just reverse your feet. Left foot turning to the left, pushing down and forward through your left foot as you exhale and pushing down and back through your right foot as you exhale. Lean over until you find your left shin. Start to reach up through the fingers of your right hand, squeezing your back muscles, gripping your left hand to your shin, pushing your feet in opposite directions, tractioning your head towards the front of your left foot, stretching your eyes toward your fingers. Hastagrai Dristi. At the end of your exhale, slowly pushing through the feet, inhale, body rise. Moving right into revolved triangle, reverse your feet, square your hips. For those modifying, starting today, just bring your hands to your hips for me. Work on really squaring those hips in space. Feel that, find it. You need to look down at your feet because you want to have your heels aligned to each other. For my new students, really start with that front knee bent to begin. Pushing through your back left foot, you're pushing down and back. You're pushing down and forward through your front right foot. Taking your tailbone back and down, start to slowly hinge your hips over that right leg, keeping gentle bend in your knee. You're pulling the crown of your head forward. And from here, you can drop your arms to bring your hands to the floor on both sides of the feet. And here, I want you to really connect to that push. Equal pressure as you push your right foot down and forward and your left foot down and backwards. Pushing your hands down. This is a wonderful prep for brand new students or for those of us feeling extra tight, needing to really take a moment to find our proprioceptive alignment and stack our weight properly and safely. Again, if you're a newer student and you're working with your flexibility, perhaps with balance, just begin by keeping that left hand right where it is and push down into your palm as you push up through your shoulder. Reaching your right arm up, begin to pull your head forward as you press your tailbone backwards and then just look up to your fingers. All the while reaching that left arm as you do so. Think about pushing down and back through your left foot and down and forward through your right. On your next exhale, drop your right arm and inhale, push through the feet, body rise, reverse your feet, square your hips. So again, hands to your hips, square those hips off, feel the right foot push down and back. Left foot push down and forward as you hinge from the hips. drawing your tailbone back, drawing the crown of your head forward. And when you're comfortable, you can bring your hands to the floor. Again, connect to your feet. Feel them pushing in opposite directions. Feel your hands grounded. And when you're ready, push that right hand down and take your left arm up. Work on pushing your tailbone backwards and pulling the crown of your head forwards. And reaching through your left hand, stretching your eyeballs up to those left fingers. At the end of your 5th exhale, gently drop your left arm down, pushing through your feet. Inhale, body rise, extend the arms, feet parallel, and exhale, Samastiti. We just covered a more modified version or a beginner's version of triangle and revolved triangle posture. This is how I had to retrain myself after all of my nerve damage. And it's a great way to start if you're new. It's also a great way to dig back into the basics if you've been doing this practice for a while. Having said that, we're now going to look at the full expression of these two postures. If your flexibility is dynamic, if you have a lot of balance, then you should be able to move or flow more freely through the sequence. And that's the ultimate goal, but begin where you are, wherever you are. So if you've been practicing for a while, let us now explore a more fluid way with which you can work to enter, be, and exit this posture. So standing at Samastitihi, getting ready for Utthita Trikonasana, triangle posture. Inhale, turn to the right, extend your arms, turn your right foot to the right, lengthen your spine. Lift your chest, squeeze your shoulders together and extend your fingers. Exhale, extend out over your straight right leg. Reaching down if you can, grab your big toe with your peace fingers and thumbs. You're looking up to your left hand, Hastagra Dristi. Stretching your eyes towards those fingers. Keep pulling your head towards your right foot. All the while lifting through the chest and really connecting to your breath and your bandhas. Those are the things that should guide your practice the most. Take one more deep breath here. Inhale, body rise. Extend your arms, reverse your feet, and on your exhale, begin to fold out over your straight left leg, lengthening your left arm down to grab your big toe with your peace fingers and thumbs. Extending your right arm up to the ceiling, pushing your right foot down and out, left foot down and forward. Opening up through your chest, lengthening and tractioning your neck and looking toward your fingers. Keeping your breath steady here. Think about those oppositions we talked about moments ago. Every opposition has a counter force. Those forces help us really work with gravity. They help our body to ground. They help us to create stability and strength, which creates a lot more function and flexibility. On your inhale, rise up, reverse your feet, square your hips, revolve triangle pose. So from square hips, just start to rotate your torso, working to fold forward, bringing your left hand to the outside of your right foot as you take your right arm towards the sky, looking up to the fingers of your right hand. Connect first to your feet, your breath, and your bandhas. When you feel that gravitational opposition as you push and lengthen and extend, connecting to your breath, then begin to traction your spine. Your tailbone pulls back as the crown of your head pulls forward. All the while, you're trying to lift the chest. Don't think about twisting here. Triangle pose really isn't about twisting. It's about grounding and extending. And through that, with correct breath, the body will rotate for you. So don't do that rotation. Feel it happening to you through the grounded stability you create. On your inhale, body rise, reverse your feet, square your hips. And as you exhale, hinging from the hips, bring your right hand to the outside of your left foot, stretching your left arm towards the sky, looking to your fingers, Hastagra Dristi. And once you're grounded, and only once you're grounded through your feet, should you really begin that journey of tractioning your spine. Never again rotate. Think of extension and grounding. And from those places, we breathe, and the breath will rotate your torso. Keeping that breath steady. Bandhas are strong. On your next inhale, body rise. Extend your arms. Return your feet to parallel. And exhale back to Samastitihi. You did a great job. You should be very proud of yourself. And remember, these are just little tips and tools videos for you to really dig deeper into pose by pose, purpose by purpose, function, strength, grounding, all these little tools that help you go deeper into the work that you're doing on a daily basis of weaving together the postures in that vinyasa sequence, creating that beautiful dance. It's all powerful, but remember that it's about the intention we bring to our mat, the reason we get to our mat to practice. Make it about getting as connected to yourself as you can, learning your body and your mind intimately, and all the other benefits, they happen naturally. But we got to do that work. So I'm proud of you for doing that work, and I look forward to sharing more of these asanas with you right here next week. Until then, namaste.